Hello everyone, you're welcome to this video, and in this video we're just going to be looking quickly at how to move abroad as a physiotherapist. Okay, if you're a physiotherapist thinking about working abroad, you probably noticed one thing: information is everywhere but clarity is nowhere. So in this video we're going to be looking for how we can simplify everything so you can make the right decision that fits you and know how to decide which country you should actually be looking at. So first of all, we look at what I call the universal relocation framework. No matter where you are moving to, the process always follows the same structure. Okay. Number one, credential assessment. Every country wants to confirm your physiotherapy degree, your clinical hours, your curriculum alignment, and this is always handled by whatever regulatory body of the specific country. Okay. Then number two is an English language requirement. Many countries require IELTS or OET. Some exceptions may be if you studied in an English-speaking country. We'll look at those details in some other video. Number three is licensing and registration. Okay, this is where many countries differ. Some expect you to do exams, some don't expect you to do exams. Some offer bridging programs, some offer supervised practice. And then you have your job offer. In some countries, you can actually apply for a job before migration, while others want you to have registration first or your visa first and then your job later. And then step five is your visa and migration pathway. You know, depending on the job or the way you came into the country, if you came by a particular kind of visa, how long can you stay with that visa? Can you bring your family? Is permanent residency possible? So that is generally the framework for all the countries. Now let's look at United Kingdom. Okay, United Kingdom is best for speed and accessibility. The regulatory body in United Kingdom is HCPC. The English tests that are accepted in United Kingdom are IELTS, OET. United Kingdom really doesn't require you to do any licensing exams, although if you don't meet up to their credentialing, then I think there's an exam you do. We mentioned it in our post, and we'll mention it in another video. So the timeline compared to other countries, United Kingdom is fast. Everything takes about 3 to 6 months, but these days they say they are having a lot of traffic. So I don't know whether they'll be able to stick with that. They might pay slightly lower than other countries, but your job there is stable. And then there's a clear path to settlement for migration for United Kingdom. So United Kingdom is often the easiest, step for many physiotherapists. Then we move on to Canada, okay? Canada is best for long-term settlement and high standards. The regulatory bodies in Canada are CAPR and then the professional colleges. English test in Canada required or accepted is IELTS. That's for English, and then we have the French version. Then the exams originally were written and clinical, but there's an update in a blog post where we talk about what Canada is doing to make these exams virtual. So from wherever you are, you can take the exams. Because Canada pay for physiotherapists is very high, and they have a strong permanent residency pathway. It's really rewarding if you are really patient, but it's not quick, even though they seem to be trying to speed up things now. Then we look at Australia. Australia is best for lifestyle and income balance. The regulatory body in Australia is AHPRA. Tests that are accepted in Australia are IELTS, OET. Sometimes they may require exams. It really depends on your country or the result of your credentialing. Bridging is really common. The timeline of Australia is kind of like moderate. Australian pay for physiotherapists is high, and of course, they have skilled migration pathways. There are quite a number of visas that you can use. So Australia sits in the middle. It's not the easiest, but it's not the hardest. Then we look at New Zealand. New Zealand is best for a smaller system, simpler structure. Their regulatory body is the Physiotherapy Board of New Zealand. English is required. Exams really depends case by case. So it depends. I can't really say. The timeline is moderate. The pay is slightly lower than Australia, and there's a clear pathway for migration. And I think, New Zealand also gives you an advantage to even move to Australia if you want to. Then we have the Middle East, UAE, Saudi, Qatar. It's best for tax-free income. Of course, licensing exams are required. You can take those exams virtually. English is usually required. The timeline is fast. The pay is high, and there's no permanent residency. So it's great for income, but for long-term migration, I really don't know about that. So let's just look at a comparison snapshot, okay? We look at the fastest part, UK and Middle East. So if you just want something fast, by this time next year, I give myself 12 months, I want to be here or there, UK and the Middle East. If you are looking for the highest pay, then Canada, Australia, and also the Middle East fall into this category. If you're looking for the easiest registration, I don't want exams, I can fill forms, my documents are intact and all that stuff, then UK and New Zealand, you should be looking at. When you're looking at permanent residency or permanent settlement, you're thinking of your family, you're thinking futuristic, then Canada, Australia, UK, there's really no best country, just the best fit for you, and it depends on what you want. So how do you choose the right country? There are some questions you should ask yourself, 4 questions you should ask yourself. Number one, do I want speed or long-term settlement? Okay. 2, can I afford exams and bridging programs? Okay. 3, do I want family migration? It might be only you now, I might not be married, might not have kids. Do I want family migration? 4, am I okay repeating clinical assessments? So these answers will determine what countries will favor you and what you should be looking at. And then just remember that most physiotherapists don't fail because the process is impossible. They fail because information is unorganized and many people are unprepared. Yeah. So that's why in everything physio, we're committed to simplifying information for you and organizing it in such a way that you can make informed decisions. So if you feel this video helped you, you can clearly like, subscribe, and let me know which country you would like me to break down first, because there are a lot of countries there. So just let me know which country you would like me to break down first in the comments, and we'll get back to you. So thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me. And remember that moving abroad is not impossible. It just takes you having a clear plan and direction to what you really want to achieve. Enjoy your day.